All right, good morning, everybody. It's Friday, actually my Sunday, and what we have planned today, this morning, is to make breakfast for the family. So, what I'm going to do is chicharrones con green salsa. So, I'm going to do a segment on the green salsa part, and of course, I'm going to make two different ones: one regular one and one hot one. And we got the pork rinds right here, which are hearty, meaty pork rinds you get from a meat market. And I'm going to cut those up, get them sauteed with the green salsa. Once that's done, we're going to start working on the green salsa right now. Here's all the ingredients. Of course, olive oil, sea salt, and the green bouillon jar that we're going to use is chicken bouillon. Cilantro, serranos, jalapeno, tomatillos, onion. We got garlic, plenty of garlic, before and after roasted. And everything roasted. Got my onion, but look what I found here. Found this in the cabinet here, and what we're going to do with these right here, we're going to put them in the garden, have green scallion garlic onions coming out, and of course, you know, the bottom of the onion we're going to put in the garden. I'm going to work on the garden today. Today's a gardening day. And then we're going to have frijoles con chorizo, which is, we don't have bacon to season up our beans. These beans come already pre-seasoned, but they still need to be doctored up some, and I usually use a little bit of the chorizo right here. It's real greasy, so I really don't eat that. But for beans, it's perfect. We don't have no bacon grease to add. So, okay, so we're gonna pick that up once I get everything sorted out, separated, and reorganized, and come back to you on that. Okay, here we are on the skillet. Here we get everything roasting up here. We got my jalapenos and my serrano peppers. The tomatoes are coming in pretty good, nice and toasty, a little charred there. That's what we're looking for. Of course, I got the skin on my garlic there because it's easier to peel once and protects the garlic once during the roasting. I got my one slice of onion there. That's going to be for the salsa. All this right here is coming in pretty good. And now over here we got the cracklins already cut up. I put half of them away in the freezer for later, and I got onion for the sauce for the cracklins, and this is a pepper that I found in the market. It's not a bell pepper. I forgot the name of it. It's a Mexican name. Forgot the name of it, but it's not hot. It's actually good flavor, kind of like a bell pepper. I didn't have bell pepper. I didn't feel like buying it. These look nice and green, and I went ahead and used that, and that's going to go along with the cilantro and the green salsa once we complete for the sauteed of the pork rinds. Okay, we coming along here. I just took the chorizo out of the fire here. Now I'm cooking that down. It's already cooked down. I'm about to add some of the beans to that for the chorizo beans. Everything's roasting up pretty good. I already got some of the stuff that's done in the water. As it's complete, I add it to the water, and then we'll start that process, and we'll pick it up again. Okay, I got my beans already mixed up. I added some spices. We'll get to those spices in a little bit. And I got my salsa cooking up here, boiling up. I added some of the chicken bouillon. I added some onion powder and pepper and some. I added the garlic. I peeled the garlic, and the garlic's in there. And these beans are doing just good. I'm giving them a stir in a minute. And for the beans, all I put was some onion powder. Of course, I put the chorizo, a little piece, the end piece of the chorizo, not much, just to grease it up a little bit. I added some olive oil. You can use butter, black pepper, garlic powder, and a little bit of sea salt. I didn't put no sea salt in the salsa because the bouillon has salt. So later on, I'll add salt to season when I'm done. Okay, we'll back to y'all when we get to another segment of the show here. Okay, here we are. The cracklins are doing pretty good. The chicharrones with the salsa. I had to use the extra salsa we had from the salsa. I threw that in there, and it already reduced one time. I had to add a little more water. You got to cook that for a while to get them nice and tender and get everything. I'll probably add a spoonful of the salsa that I completed. I'll show you in a minute. We got the beans on standby. Everything's looking good. And here we go to the salsa. I've already made the salsa, and I emptied one back in here, and I put the rest of the peppers in here. I only used one pepper and one serrano, one jalapeno for the original salsa, which is right here. But we're gonna add some bam to make it to give it an extra kick. I'm gonna have to add more cilantro, because I like a lot. I'm going to put some of that in the stewed cracklins. And then I had to add a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of chicken bouillon to the original salsa when I made it. It's all per taste. And don't forget, I'm going to add a little olive oil to make it creamy. So that's going to be the two salsas, the regular one and the extra hot one with extra garlic. I also added some more garlic, fresh garlic. So we'll get back to you when we get to another advanced part of the video. All right, people, here we are back in the salsa department. Okay, we got the regular table salsa right there, the green one. That's kind of mild, just one serrano, one jalapeno. And then we got the rest of the jalapenos. I think 3 serranos in here, plus the chile piquin and a lot of fresh garlic and more cilantro to make this creamy version of the salsa. So we got a mild and then we got a hot. A lot of people confuse this. They think it has avocado, but it doesn't. The only thing that makes it creamy and light colored like that is the olive oil. And what we did with the extra stuff we had inside the blender, I went ahead and came over here, and we're going to dump this into the rest into the chicharrones. I had to add a little more water to it and more cilantro, and we got that going pretty good. It takes a little bit while we get it nice and soft, and the texture that I want, it'll be ready. And then all we need after that is a couple of sunny side eggs, the beans, some corn, fresh corn tortillas, and boom, we're ready to go. Okay, people, I want to introduce you to a couple of family members. This is Bonnie and Clyde. So for all those that think it's my fire alarm detectors going off when I'm cooking, it's not. It's these birds right here chirping away. Sometimes they just chirp, and in the background it sounds like a fire alarm. Everybody says, hey, you're burning down the house, or it's on fire, turn off the, replace the batteries or whatever for the... No, we've already taken those off because we've already been there and done that. So right now all the chirping you hear is Bonnie and Clyde right here. Okay, here we are back in the kitchen. The salsa and the chicharrones, the pork rinds, are softened up good enough with the green salsa. It looks good. We're about to serve it with the beans. I had to add a little water to the beans to revive them a little and bring them back to life. We got the corn tortillas right here. We got 1 egg, so somebody's up to bat. And once we get that served up, we'll have a final plating and we'll take it from there. Here we go. Breakfast is served. We're just waiting for the tortillas to warm up and someone's up to bat. So I'm going to have to cut because I'm next. Okay, here we are with the finishing touches. A little queso fresco sprinkled on there. This is going to be my plate. We're the only ones here today, me and my mother. So she's knocking it out right now. And they just left to the hospital with my niece. Nothing important, just a checkup. But Rosie got to eat 1 taco, and she was pretty unfortunate that she couldn't eat a whole breakfast, but she had to go. She's on the run. But before she left, we had a talk with my the caretaker that takes care of my niece, and we started having a pepper discussion, and we were talking about the chile piquin and chile de monte. Well, she calls it, says in Mexico, they call the oval one chile japonés, which is Japanese pepper. But I thought Japanese pepper was that other one that's kind of long. And she said, that's chile de árbol. But I said, wait a minute, there's 2 kinds of chile de árbol tree pepper. There's one that's long, one that's short. She goes, well, that's a different species. Okay, well, I mean, this is a different species of piquin. But we're both in agreement that the chile piquin, the round one, is what she calls monte, chile de monte, forest pepper. But it's the other way around. Everybody knows it. People call the round ones chile piquin. And one thing we know we're both in agree upon is we both agree that that pepper is eaten by the mockingbird. The mockingbird poops it out on the edge of the fence. All over South Texas, the edge of the fence is the plant grows, edge of the house, edge of a wall somewhere, because that's where the bird sits and poops. And that's where the plant grows. Plant's real hard to grow. If you try to dig it out the ground and move it, it dies. People try to raise it or grow it themselves from the seed, and it doesn't happen. So a lot of people just, go out there, you buy it on the side of the road in the valley. Every time somebody goes to the valley, I tell them to bring me some chile piquin, and that's what they bring me. And, well, anyway, that's pretty much it. It's just a little discussion, interesting discussion we had. But here I am. It's time to go to town.